Drawing is really easy to do when someone shows you how to do it. And if no one shows you, it's kind of challenging. A lot of people think drawing is like getting something like this and measuring it, closing one eye maybe. But there's an easier way, which is far easier to do. And I'm going to teach you that right now. My name's Martin from the Martin Close Art School. And today I'm going to teach you a technique which is hundreds of years old. It'll enable us to draw things like this when you know how. We can be anywhere. We can be in a forest, we can be in a studio, it doesn't matter what you're drawing. This technique works. It's a bit overwhelming. How do you do it? Do you measure stuff like I've just shown you here? Or is there an easier way? Well, it all starts very simply. So right now we're going to go back to the original screen and I'm going to show you step by step how to draw. I've been teaching classical and oil painting techniques for a lot of years. And trust me, keeping it simple has made things an awful lot easier for everybody. So right now I'm going to start right at the very beginning. We talk about proportion. Proportion is simply something which is the correct width against the height. If it's too thin, it's out of proportion. If it's too tall, it's out of proportion. And there's a very easy way to acquire correct proportion. Let me introduce you to an essential drawing tool. It's called a sock knitting needle. You can pick these up from Amazon, eBay, or a knitting shop. It's 300mm long and 3mm thick. To demonstrate this technique, I've chosen a simple door shape. So, very first thing we need to do is to identify the top and the bottom of this shape. And here you see the turquoise lines coming into play. We then want to decide where we're going to start. In this case, it's the top left corner. And we want to see the angle between the bottom right corner. Use your knitting needle to see this angle. That's what you've got to do. And that's basically it. Once we've done that, we've got the two corners fixed. Now, how does that relate to an actual drawing? Well, let's come to this point. Here's our shape to draw. We identify where the top and bottom line is. We mark those onto our drawing. We then decide where we're going to start, which in this case is the top left. And once we've done that, we then need to see the angle on our subject from top left to bottom right, which you see here. Once we've done that, we slowly move that angle across using our knitting needle, like this. So we want to get the angle, just do this, get the angle which represents between the top and bottom, and then slowly move it across without changing the angle. You don't want to be doing this, you don't want to change it, so don't switch it across like this. Acquire the angle, take your time, and then swinging from your hip, slowly move that angle across until it lines up with the point on the top left. Once you've done that, you can see where the bottom corner is. You then simply put those two lines in, and there's your shape. Now, fundamentally, that is it. That's the entire technique. It's not complicated. It takes only a few minutes to learn. What I recommend is that you practice this technique over and over again. It takes a little while to feel comfortable with your knitting needle and getting the angle and moving the angle across onto your drawing so that the angle doesn't change. That's crucial. One last thing, as you practice this, try not to, let's get this right, try not to point, and you can see that, with your knitting needle. Try to keep it in a straight plane in front of you. Don't tilt it forward or backward. This is crucial, and when you practice, you'll discover just how crucial this is. Because if you did point, you can see here it's pointing this way, and as I turn it, it's pointing in the opposite direction. You don't want that. Whereas here, if I keep it true, straight up and down, and I move it across, it doesn't change the angle. It only changes the angle if I point it. See, look, angle change. That's the only thing. Just practice the technique. Start simple with simple shapes, and then you can get more complicated later. In future videos, I will show you how to draw when you're outside in the wilderness. And it's the same technique, it's just a little trickier to do. Now, if you would like to learn more about how I draw and paint, please join my art community. You will enjoy art lessons and courses, take part in online workshops and demonstrations on all aspects of drawing and oil painting. My art community is free to join with just your name and email address. Follow the link in the description below to start learning today.